stroke. As I like to say, every show we are streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, which I really don't know really what that is, but I know it's a gaming thing. But anyway, that's what we're doing. But right now, let's. I have a special guest. Her name is Jennifer Derick Hurley. She's amazing, and we'll chat about her stroke journey and what she's doing now. So right now, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning. Can you hear me okay? Now,
Hello.
yes, I can hear you perfectly. Oh, really? Let's see here. There is, got to figure this one out. I don't know if we'll start like this, see if you can see these comments here. Don't know if you can see them. But there is Kathy Austin. Good morning. Nothing yet? You can't hear me?
What's going on?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Oh, can you read lips? I don't know.
1 second.
Okay. And I'll say good morning. There's Lynette. Nice to see you here. I'm glad you guys are all here. Lynette, salute. Oh, there we go. Let's see. There you are. Can you hear me? No, that's okay. We'll keep saying good morning. And Marina, nice to see you. Serena, boo, hi. Oh boy. Well, we'll get this working here. And yes, salute.
Can you hear me?
I can. Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can't, but I can read your lips.
Really?
Yes.
We'll get this going.
This will be interesting.
Let's see here. Now, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi.
Oh, awesome.
You know, what is it about me? It seems like every time I come on, something happens. I'm sorry.
No need to be sorry at all. I was just going to let you know all the people like Kathy Austin. I don't know if you, first of all, can you see comments at all?
Not right now, no.
Oh, yeah, they're just probably on you're on your cell phone, so that's kind of.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, Kathy, I see her.
Yes, I'll bring up some other ones because a lot of people are here joining.
Lynette.
Yes. Yeah. Lynette there, and of course our good friend Salute.
Hello.
Yeah.
Aloha.
Yes, exactly. And Maria. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, and we'll after I'll go through some of these here first, and then we'll get right into this. Serena, Bo. I'd have to talk to Bo, but everybody calls her Bo, so I'm hoping I'm not butchering things up here, Louise. Sorry. And there's a lot. And I don't know if you said to your friends, Tanya.
Great.
She's nice to see you. I'm glad you guys are all here. And okay, you guys can see there's a lot of comments here. Marina saying welcome. Okay. Mike Peters, I told you. Mike, it's not you, it's Jerry. See, I told and Mike, I just want to ask, I hope your wife's doing well. You said she fell just this morning, or this afternoon in United Kingdom. So anyway, Jennifer, it's so good to see you.
Great to see you too.
Yeah. So I know I always love to ask the question is, who's Jennifer prior to your stroke?
Okay. So I was a normal person, I guess you'd say. I still am, but I was enjoying life. I have 3 children and my husband, Matthew.
Yeah.
And the kids were getting older at the time. I have Brian, who's my oldest. Megan is the middle, and have Caroline. And at that time, when I had my stroke 4 years ago, it was in the last day of January. And my daughter Caroline was still home, and she was going to a basketball practice, and I was going to go with her. That's when it all happened.
Wow. So what happened?
I was driving.
You were, oh,
Yeah, and we were going to the game. I'm so happy that I was with others, because I was planning to stay home on my own, and so I would have been alone when my stroke happened. So, but I was driving, and all of a sudden we were going to see my friends, and we are going to pick them up. And they came in the car, and we were on the way to the game.
right.
It was a game, not a practice. So we were talking, and then I was a little flustered. I've been talking with someone just before I went home out, and then after we were starting to go, I had a terrible, crushing headache, like I've never seen before. It
Right.
was terrible. I
Right.
know a lot of people say that also. I had known that I had an AVM, which is um, it's like in your brain. It was something that is not supposed to be there, and they needed to get it out. But they they said I'd be okay until we get to it, like in a couple of weeks.
Wow.
So I knew I had something in my brain, but at that time they said, do whatever you do. Like if you work out, continue. It's okay. You can be normal until you get it out.
Yeah.
So when a doctor tells you that, you're like, all right. So
Yeah.
as a health coach, and I was working on my health coaching with others and helping them to get healthy. And I also worked at Whole Foods, and I worked in the whole body area.
Nice.
And it was a fun job. Oh my
Right.
God. Both of those jobs together worked out really well.
Yeah. You and you also you're on the board of a hospital.
Yeah. So, well, that's now.
Okay.
I wasn't doing that then, because I really, at the time, I was scared about of hospitals. I
Mhm.
didn't like the idea of them. When they told me I had a AVM that was not ruptured but was in my brain, I thought, oh my Lord, I can't imagine being in a hospital,
Right.
let alone having brain surgery. It freaked me out badly.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
No. So, in a way, I'm glad that I had a stroke, but I didn't know that they're going into my brain. I was out.
Oh yeah, for sure. But did you know what a stroke was?
No, I had no idea.
Wow.
And I mean, I knew, like, oh, what I thought was it was only old people.
I know. I same thing. I agree. That's so amazing.
Yeah. And now I know it can happen, and unfortunately, it can happen to young people too.
Yeah.
Not as often, but it's something that can happen.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
So true. And so you didn't know the warning signs as well.
Exactly.
Wow.
The type of stroke I had is a little different than some. So, an AVM can come right out of nowhere. So
Right.
I really didn't have any no no to what to do.
Right. Right. And you also, we talked about therapy. Well, first of all, you couldn't talk. You had aphasia afterwards because aphasia you don't notice until the words come out. It's like,
Right, and I had a long road because I was in the at Brim at my hospital in Boston for over a month. I was out. I didn't have. I was in a induced coma, and
right.
they really weren't sure if I was going to make it after that. It was at least a month, and then in my coma. Then they gradually got me down a little in the meds, and they found that maybe I could be okay, but it really was touch and go. So I really know that how they took my care of myself before my stroke really helped. I mean, gosh, I think that I don't think I would have been here if I didn't have good habits of health.
Yeah, you always that was part of your thing. Your
Yeah,
the health concern. You worked out. You were always active.
that's right. And I think it really saved my life. Um, it was a tough time. So I didn't even go. I went to a rehab, Spaulding's rehab, which I love, and they really did a lot for me there. But I when I got there, I still wasn't really in my right mind. I
Right.
really no thought it was a dream or something. It after a couple of weeks I understood that I needed to have a lot of therapy.
Yeah.
It helped me so much. Um, and then after that, it took more time to find that I could see my friends and things.
Yeah.
They could come in. Only a few could actually come into the hospital, but I knew that my community was out there rooting for me.
That's awesome. Salute is saying thank you, Jennifer, for sharing your story, and
Uh,
also Kathy Austin said at she went to Spalding.
oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
That's great. So she knows how great it is there. And
Yeah.
they help everyone and they find their like I like what she says, you're the best, Jerry. That's
Oh, she's incredible. I love all our community members that are out there in the stroke world. I
it's
mean,
so important, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, I'm yeah so happy with this whole community, and I'm so happy that you're able to share your story today. Thank
Right.
you so much. Uh, but so you
It's
had some good
helped.
support.
I did, and that's the thing. I know that that's what got me to where I am now. Like my but it's so interesting. I'm writing a book because I think it's if you're able to have all of the pieces in place, it helps so much. And I hope that everyone knows that if they're dealing with this with a loved one, they're so important. Like my family and my friends, they're the people that I think they bore the brunt of it because it was hard to see me in such a state, but they helped me to keep going.
Yeah, so important to have that support. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have the support. Real quick, Annette, nice to see you from Vancouver, British Columbia.
That's right.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
comes out not nice or Yeah, but you're right. That support system is so valuable. 'Cause like you said, I mean, you have three kids, and I sorry if I forgot your husband's name, Matthew. No,
It's Matthew, right? Yeah.
okay. And so I'm glad that how did he do? What, like, did you feel isolated in the beginning, or how were
No, you
they
know what?
handling
For me, I was fine because I'm a people person, so I had a lot of people around that were helping me, but and I was focused on my therapy, which is speech every day. At Spaulding was speech twice a day, and then OT and PT, and there was always something to do, and I liked that. That worked for me.
it? Hmm.
Um, but my family, I think it was even worse for them because
Yeah.
they were so worried. And by the time I got to Spalding, I think they could um, sigh of relief
Yeah.
because they knew that I was going this way instead of down,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. So
yeah,
good to see. And Mike Peters, you could see he's asking.
yes.
You've kind of answered the question. So, how was your mental state? Is what?
Well, at first I had a few times like my brother would come in and he'd give me a shake. I love protein shakes.
Yes.
And he found a great place in Boston that served them. So he'd get them and bring it to me. And we talked a few times when I was feeling like, was it worth it for me to
Hmm.
carry on? Because I didn't look good. Like the way I was thinking, gosh, am I going to be a burden to everyone? And
Right.
is it worth it really? Or should I just kind of exit,
Yeah.
stay left, like let's
Yeah.
go. I
I
know
know.
that's kind of dark, but it's real. It's a real thing
Yeah.
that you feel like maybe I need to go.
Yeah.
But then things, I, my, and my brother, he listened and I loved him for that. He didn't say, "Oh, Jen, come on, you can do that." He
Yeah.
just,
Get over it.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's a beautiful person. And he's had things like he has MS. So he understood
Oh.
that, it's not, he always says, it's not always roses, and it's not, he calls it something else. I'll get to it later, but he's a funny guy. But
Yeah.
I knew that I was safe telling him how I felt. So if you can find someone who can listen to you, and even if it's dark, you need to say it out loud and deal with it.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly. Exactly. It's good. I mean, with your attitude that you have. So you went through the your stroke journey, and how long were you in the hospital?
I was so at BI. I was there in Boston for a month and a little more, maybe about that, and
Right.
then um, at Spalding, I was there for 6 weeks. And my family was really good. My dad worked at the Red Sox and
Oh.
he's a great, great man. And he knew someone that knew someone else. So he found a way for me to go to Spalding. And I really was happy to do that because I knew how important it was for me to find a way to get people that would help me. Like
Right.
they're just so good there. There's a lot of resource there.
Wow. That's
Mhm.
absolutely incredible. I'm glad to hear all this, because I always say stroke is not for the weak. I mean,
No way.
yeah.
Uh-uh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And having people that can help you in your on your journey helps a lot.
Yes, exactly. So so I'm looking at you. I don't know if you could see
Yeah,
this. Yeah,
yeah, it's
you
so
definitely.
true.
Yeah,
Because every day is a different day. Sometimes you're happy and you're saying, I'm gonna do this. And some days you're like, it's a little harder. But if you have other people around, like your husband or your wife or other people in your family, it's great.
yeah. Even the kids, because my kids,
Oh my gosh.
right? I mean, we've talked about that too.
Yeah.
And just to change the subject here, remember I told you about him, Mike? I'm coughing.
Mike.
Like,
So Mike doesn't know is that I have a cough all the time.
yeah,
They don't know
exactly.
why. It's a neurological thing that they still don't know why.
Yeah, you're doing great though.
Thank you.
It hadn't happened yet.
We're not done.
Yeah, no, that's good. So, wow, it sounds like things are going good. So your therapy involved quite a bit. I mean, did you love or not like? Because I've heard different stories about speech therapy.
Mhm.
You know,
I, at first, I was frustrated
yeah,
because even the word like being the ba, any like I had to start all
yes,
over, and you feel inside, you feel like yourself, but the way you can't say
yeah,
anything, very, very frustrating. And I know some people who still struggle, and it's a very, very hard. Aphasia is very hard.
oh, I know it's for. I know we talked. And is it better in the morning or is it and worse at evening time?
Yes, it's oh for sure. Like you get when I get tired, I need to remember to rest, and rest is not a bad thing. It's you
No,
really need it.
yeah,
I'm very driven. That's my personality. I go. I love that, but I need to remember that you need to rest. And like after our show today, I should hang out a little bit and then I can go and do my walk and everything. But rest is really part of it.
yeah, exactly. I know that neuro fatigue um, gets me. I
Yeah,
don't like during the day it could happen just like that. I need to lay down.
that's right.
Does that
And I,
happen,
yep. And also I see
Stephen?
Steven, he's saying, asking what, like, what would you say for caregivers?
Yeah,
So I think it's really hard on them. I mean, um, so they need time to be off the the um the job too.
yeah,
My husband has been great. Sometimes, so my kids have gave given him some time to get out and do something else.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think he should do more than that,
Right.
but it's just hard to hear. Like I feel so bad sometimes saying, "Oh my gosh, I feel for you, Matthew," because it's all about stroke and it's all about. Sometimes we just want to be ourselves, right?
Right. Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah. Yeah. You salute. I'm. He 24/7. Yes.
Yeah, I salute. I can't imagine. And I know he loves you and you'll love him,
Yeah.
but in, important for you to be able to have time off.
Yes.
Yeah,
I know that feeling. I mean, not that feeling, but I know the feeling. My wife, she needs to take care of herself before she gets frustrated with me.
that
Um, because I don't, I try not to ask for things, or I get to a point where, sweetie, can you get my pills? Or you have two legs, but I
yep.
hollow and all that stuff. Or Are
Yeah.
you taking meds?
Am I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a few that I'm still on. Um, and I feel like meds are, they're good if you need them. I just want to see what they're saying here.
Yeah. I'm glad you could see the comments.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true.
Yeah.
Don't give up on us. Yeah. And yeah, I think marriages can be really hard. And so I talked with another interview when I talked about I go to a therapist, and I think that's so important. If anyone has any questions, call me or
Oh,
text
good.
me, because I think I had a therapist before all of this happened, thank God, because she knew me so well.
Nice.
And I think therapy is for anyone. And I think that my husband, I would love if he would go, because it can help so much. Um, just trying to, because you can't see the forest through the trees sometimes, you
Yeah.
know?
So
Yeah.
true. So
Hmm.
true. Sorry, Mike. Coughing. But
That's okay.
yeah. But Annette, I see that. Yeah. Caregivers have a difficult balance between helping and letting survivors work to their limits.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
I-
really hard, and sometimes you won't get it right, you know, and don't feel bad, because sometimes we don't know. I get so frustrated with my husband and also my kids. And when I do, I have to be like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. It's so true. Are you short? Do you find you're more short tempered, with like my kids or something, they're doing something and it kind of bothers me, but I'm going to just bite my tongue and not say what I want to say? Or, how is that with you as far as your temperament?
It's been a roller coaster, because it changes, you know. Um, it depends how much time we are to with at mm, we're if we're in each other's
Yeah.
space all the time, it can be a lot. And I'm last summer, my maybe it was 2 summers ago, with my daughter Meg. She was my caregiver, and she had a lot, because I'd be like, okay, what are we going to do now? What are you take? What are you going to do? I want to do things all the time. I was
Right.
like a kid, and I'm kind of like that anyway, but I think in spades, she was like, Mom, can
Wow.
we just hang for a while?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was a lot for her, and she did such a wonderful job.
Wow.
My other kids, the same thing. They helped me so much.
Wow. Good to hear that. That's
Yeah,
support that you have. Sounds amazing.
yeah, I was very lucky.
Yeah. That,
Yeah,
well, you have a tight family, it sounds like.
yeah. But, I need to step up also and make sure that I'm not too much. Like, I have to remember every day, like, just just don't be that person that's so needy all the time. Figure it out, you're on your own if you can.
Yeah.
And then if I can't, then ask. Like, a few times I've been like, all right, I really need someone, because I'm doing something that's not safe, like trying to climb up on to the cabinets. And so I have to say, all right, they're not here right now, so we have to wait,
Right.
and you know, wait for them.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And
Mhm.
Tanya, I like your comment because it is true. I
Yeah.
heard stuff like it takes a village.
So true.
Right?
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, and then I like the comments too. So thanks for being here. Also about the meds, it can be difficult to determine the difference between med side effects. And with me, I have always gotten used to not talking to my neurologist, I've talked to the pharmacist, and it seems like
Mhm.
they really give me good information.
Good, good.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think it's Megs can be a really problem. Like I've been on Kepra, and I finally figure out it was way too much. And so I went half the dose. I have a great neurologist in Boston, and they said go down. And so now I feel myself. Before I was like drugged. It was
yeah.
awful.
How many milligrams? I currently take 3,000 milligrams a day.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's a lot, man.
I asked him. I'm going in on the 12th to see him, and I'm going to ask him again. But he wants me to stay like that. 'Cause I'm seizure.
Yeah.
I'm a pro at seizures. Do you have seizures?
Okay. Okay. No, they gave it to me for the seizures, but they're not sure if I really have a seizure disorder. So
Yeah,
yeah. Um, so I like this
about the emotions.
emotions. Yes.
It's a tough one. I know. We battle that.
Yep, for sure. I get that. And your emotions can grow all over the
Oh,
place. And again, you're not sure if it's the meds or it's your just your emotions.
yeah,
Either way, I really feel that going to a someone that can process your emotions can help. So,
yeah,
and if you need to find someone, you can do it on Zoom. You can see someone right from your home, but there's no reason to sit with this on your own.
yeah. No, I agree. Now you're talking about because I'm also taking not only 3,000 milligrams of Keppra, I'm taking 400 milligrams of Vinpat, another one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and they still break through every once in a while. They call
Oh,
like lightning kind of goes through and
oh yeah.
scribbles behind the my meds and
Yes.
causes a seizure. But
Okay. So that's something to think about.
yeah, for
But
sure.
I also, though, sometimes I've heard that having another person, another doctor look at it, and I think having two people looking at something is not a bad idea. I mean, you would do that for your car, right? If you
Yeah,
had you have your brakes looked at, why
right.
would you do that for your body, right?
So true.
And the doctors don't, it happens all the time. They don't care if you ask someone else to
Yeah,
have a opinion.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Get some more advice.
Yeah. Hey, Kim is talking about
Yes.
nutrition. I think you're right about that. I also wanted to show you that I use, sorry,
Yeah.
DHA, and that's really good. That's one thing I use every day. And also lion's mane, which is another something that's I work at Whole Foods, and this is another thing. Looking at your nutrition
Yeah.
and getting in anything that's um, whole, the all kind of things like the kind of diet that you have is
Oh,
important, and also what you put in your body, like any type of
so true. Because I mean, you and I were talking earlier
yeah,
off screen, and I don't know if you saw the shake. My wife makes me one of those, like organic shakes with.
what it
Yeah,
is
same. Yeah, so she
all the
makes mine in
time.
the morning. Excuse me, Mike. And but it helps. I eat so healthy, but still I have seizures.
Yep, and
You
that's
know.
you know what that can happen. It's just you're doing the best you can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
yeah, I know how to handle them now. If I start to feel one coming on, I stand up right away. Most of the time, 90%, it goes away.
really
Yeah.
interesting. And I see what Kim says about
Mm.
seizures
Yes.
being electrical. Right.
Yeah, they're like I've had many EEGs,
Yep.
and yeah, I'm sure you've had them too, where
Yep.
they show breakthroughs. So you
Yep.
can see so I think you're talking about that's Kim.
Mhm.
I think so.
Yep. And looking into your sugar, that's important.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We
Yep.
stay away from the sugar.
Yep. Exactly.
But yeah, and I'm really happy you guys are all um, making some comments, and it makes uh,
Yep.
so B12, yes,
You got
D3,
it.
wow,
Yep. I do that also. And
yeah,
again, I mean, we're not here to say, I mean, we
right,
can talk, but we're not supposed to say this is
right. It
uh,
worked for you,
Bible. But for me, I know I'm doing the same thing.
yeah,
D3 is something that a lot of people can get very easily. And some smoothie nation, yes,
I should have had mine too, but yeah,
I know.
um, yep,
Right.
and
But you can heal with food, which is a wonderful thing. I listened to Mark Hyman. He's a really great doctor, and
right,
you can look at him online.
okay,
Yeah, there's a lot of doctors that know about holistic healing.
yes,
Hmm.
yeah,
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 exactly.
Kim, we don't do
No,
that. I don't do
no,
Gatorade
no.
into the sugar too,
Mm-mm.
but
So I want to say though, we've been talking, we've kind of been around to a lot of things, but I want to say that one of the things that that has been important to me
yes,
is, and I'm going to get it on here right here. Um, I wrote down a few things, but speech therapy has been
yes,
a huge difference for me. And I did it in the hospital
yep,
day one, even though I didn't know what was going on,
yeah,
they got me into it. PT and OT also. It's been awesome. Then after that, my time at Spaulding, they recommended to me to go to a MGH, so that's Mass General Hospital. They
wow,
have a aphasia center there because they have a group um, of students that are learning about aphasia because they're studying speech,
okay,
and they were wonderful.
nice,
And I was there for 6 weeks.
wow,
Like Paul did something in Florida like this when you had to be there for the all day.
yes,
It was intensive therapy, and you were with other people that were learning like me, and all kind of people that you might not have known before, all kinds of people from all walks of life. It was really
right.
fun.
Yeah, that is fun. Did you do in speech therapy?
Yeah.
Did you start with a a keyboard where they tell you to find, like, for me, find the H. I couldn't find the H or whatever it was.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because I thought it was just me. It's still hard for me to find
The
the
key.
it's I don't know what it is, but your brain it changes a little bit. It's
Yeah,
getting better though.
exactly. Yeah, because I'm looking at my keyboard here, and I can remember that day when, oh, it was frustrating. There's no H or whatever the letter it was.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so you did it.
Yeah. So yeah, and they were great with me about what the way they do it is finding out what I'm into. Like
Oh,
like who is Jen?
oh,
And then that's where they pull out what Jen is about and what I want to go back to.
Yeah.
That is so great because um, they got me, they know that I was really into learning. I loved t- TED Talks, loved them.
Yo, yeah.
So now I'm going to go to BU, which is Boston University. We're going to, they have a TED Talk class with 4 people that have aphasia.
Oh,
It's
great.
really so much fun
Yeah,
because
no kidding.
mixing up like what I need to learn, which is how to talk, but also TED Talks.
Yes.
So I'm going to have 3 courses at BU
Right.
as well as my time at the aphasia center at MGH. So I guess the thing I'm thinking, what I'm saying is finding things in your community that can help you.
Yes. Even with this COVID thing.
Yes. Oh, yeah. They're
Yeah.
still doing it online. They figured it out and it's great. And word searches, the something like that. And little things that you can find that gets your brain going, right?
Right. Because of this comment here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen, thank you. Yeah. Let's say it's still frustrating though. Well,
Yeah. The
back
left
then.
side of the page, I have, um,
Yes.
yeah, I have to remember to look that way.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wow.
read this book called Left Neglect. It was so good. I've forgotten her name. She's well known. Um,
I,
I love books. That's
yeah.
another thing that. So the good speech therapists, they'll find out what you like and they go after that,
That,
and then you're excited to learn. And
yes.
yeah,
I like that. I remember that in speech therapy, but
yeah.
now I remember because you just mentioned it.
Yeah, they
Wow.
find something that you'll groove on, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in speech therapy, have you been told to, um, like your caregiver, whoever,
Mhm.
because it's a little different at my house now, but to don't give them the answer. Like
Mhm.
you let them try to figure it out themselves instead of just answer for them.
Yeah. And it depends on the time of the day. It depends. Um, yeah, you just don't want to piss them off. Like I think, don't you like you don't want someone that has aphasia to be pissed off. That's not a good look. I mean, it's awful to be us
Yeah,
that way, right?
yeah, it's so true. I know what you're saying about the because when you're talking to Matthew, your husband,
Yeah,
or your kids, and you start having like an aphasia moment,
yeah.
because sometimes at night for me it gets worse. So when I talk to Barbara, I'm talking, it makes no sense, and she just kind of whatever, or I don't understand one thing you're saying. Does that happen in your household?
Sometimes, I try to hold it together, but sometimes it's not going to work. So,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, um, but they know when I can be stretched and sometimes I need to be cuddled, like
yeah. Oh yeah,
sometimes I need to be, I get upset and they know it's time to just let me be.
be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So now, what now? What is Jennifer doing? Like
Yeah.
now?
So now I'm still doing speech therapy, and which is, I love it. And
Yes,
it's the thing that's good for me is that I used to love to be a student. I still do. And
right.
so being in speech therapy or OT or PT, it's a joy for me. I'm not always happy, but I know it's something that it's in my wheelhouse, like
Yeah,
it's something I love.
good.
Um, I like to go to the next level, like, and so it's perfect for someone like me. It's harder for someone else who doesn't like that. You know, I can imagine it's harder for those. But yeah,
It's so
I
good.
love that. I love that.
That's good,
Yeah,
Teresa.
yep.
I love
But
it.
yeah, yes, that's Lisa Genova. Yes.
Is that
It,
it?
yes, it's a wonderful book. I
Awesome.
read so many different books, but that's a good one if you understand about how you can have, like, mine is my right or right, I forgot. Right and left's still so hard.
Yeah,
Like, what's left and what's right, I don't. Is that important? I don't know.
really. I mean,
Unless you drive, maybe I guess that is. But
you're just trying. You challenge yourself. It sounds like
yeah,
with everything.
I do. And you know what? I think people after a while, it's like, okay, Jen, just stop. And I try to like hang just,
Yeah,
and it's hard to do that because I feel like there's a ticking time bomb around because I'm in my 50s. So it's like, all right, I want to enjoy every minute
right.
as I have,
I agree. I
Yeah.
agree.
And
So
so part of that is knowing that I don't, I used to feel like you had to be just right. Now I'm like, here I am. And I think it's a more fun
yeah.
way to live is just hang out and do, you are who you are, you
So
know?
do you your deficits right now? One side or the other. So your right side, because mine is right side affected. The
Um,
yeah.
this, this one, right, right,
Wow.
everything, right. Yeah.
Yeah. So how's you walk? Oh,
I
you
can
got great.
walk, I can walk, which is great. Um,
How how is that for? Do you think? Because we're getting close to the end. Do you
yeah,
think when you're walking, do you think like in advance, think, okay, I know it's a bumpy road to walk on or the street or wherever. Do you think like ahead thinking, oh, I don't know if I can go that. I'm worried about like someone else that they want to walk. I'm just gonna stay home.
yeah, no, yeah, that's not an option for me.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, you could get there. If you did that, I think it'd be much worse. So if you're able to just go, even, so walking didn't just happen like that.
Yeah.
The way I say it, it's like, oh yeah, it's just fun. No, my friends would come and take me out and we'd go for a very short walk.
Right.
But then, you have to be okay with not going. What I used to run marathons, but it doesn't matter.
True.
I'm just as happy now because I just have different goals,
Sure.
right?
Yep.
So just now, 2 miles to go with my friends and walk, and I can keep up. I think I'm doing pretty well now.
Good.
But that's just as nice as being on a marathon course. Honestly, it's the
Yeah.
best.
I'm so happy for you. It sounds, and I love the attitude. So, um, what can you tell somebody that's, uh, so I'm reading this and trying to
Yeah,
not confuse myself.
yeah,
What can you tell somebody that's not feeling like, they just had a stroke or they're still in their
yep.
post-stroke years and they feel like this sucks. I mean,
Garver. Right.
I'm feeling sorry for myself.
Yep, yep. It's going to happen. Two things, and you can hold two things at the same time. One is saying, this sucks, I hate it, and it's not fair. That's
Right.
one that you can hold in your hand, right? The other thing, I'm trying to hold my hands in. Okay, the other thing is that you can say, yes, but what have I learned? I've learned so much and it's made so many people.
Yeah.
And this has been cool too, because I wouldn't known, I wouldn't have known all those people unless this
Right.
has happened. So to hold both in your hand and make sure they're grateful and also and help others, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wasn't as eloquent as it was in my head,
Yeah.
but
I'm with you. I know exactly. Um,
yeah.
yeah, and that's right. Some of the comments, right, just like salute or Marina, positive mental attitude.
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
so
Yeah.
important.
And you know what? If you don't feel it at first, fake it till you make it.
Well,
Just, you know, I
awesome.
just one day, and don't look at the next 3 months, especially right now. This is
Yeah,
a hard time right now. Just do one day like that, and then go to the next day. Don't think about next month
yeah,
or the next month. Just do it that way. And that's the way I did it.
good to hear
Hope
that.
that helps.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's gonna. Um, yeah, it's gonna be. I'm sure it'll help people that are watching or watch the replay or all
Yeah,
that. So I'm so happy that you are here with me. And
me too. Thank you so
yeah,
much. I know I skipped around a lot, but
well,
it's
hey,
nice to talk, you know?
we're chatting and we're stroke survivors. So that this is we know this that just we're on a subject or something and then just I go off on tangents or
That's right.
wherever. But you understand, I understand, everybody that's had a stroke
Right.
understands.
And we're so lucky that here we are. You're
Yeah,
talking and I'm talking. What?
right.
That's crazy. But
Yes,
we have to enjoy all of that miracles that happened for us to be here right now.
yes, exactly. Well,
Yeah.
any other last parting words? Because it's this. I'm just so happy that you're here and how you've inspired not only me, but I'm sure everybody else out there.
Thank you so much. And I just want people to know that I'm around
Yeah,
on
thank you.
Facebook. I'm happy to talk with people. I love to help others. So reach out either to me or to anyone else because we're all there for the others.
Very true. Well, I
Mhm.
appreciate everybody else being here, and thank you guys for being here and supporting us. Uh,
Mhm.
it makes a difference. So you guys enjoy your day, and like Salute says, spread love, hope, and joy.
I love it. I love it.
All right, you guys take care. We will catch you